She met him on the highway. She was working at the roadhouse. He shook his head and said, "What is this place?" She said, "Come on then, I'll show you." And they camped out in the ranges, a single swag beneath the Milky Way.
At home with Tracy and the Big D, and I'm pleased to say we've got some new music from the New Graces, and joining us from the New Graces is Melanie Horsnell. Melanie, congratulations on the new venture and the new song. Tell us about how it all got together.
We live in a little town called Candelo down in the south coast of New South Wales, and we're three mums who are musicians. And one day we came together, we liked each other, we thought, hang on, we could be in a band. And then it took a few years to come together, but then we formally became the New Graces. And last year we recorded an album together. We're three songwriters. We all put 4 songs in and made a record. It's really lovely playing with them because they're brilliant musicians.
Where did the name come from?
we kind of bandied, we all had sort of favourite names we had in our past. When you make up, like, what if I had a band, I would call it something. And I kind of threw a few kind of mythical names in, and it ended up being the New Graces because just the idea of grace and what that means to different people, it can be mythical or there's so many different meanings in the word grace. It was nice we felt the New Graces was the perfect name for us.
Let's talk about your musical background, you, Melanie, and then Kate and Robin. Is it an eclectic background? What were your music likes and who you listened to?
The three of us have been playing, forever, basically, since we were kids. I learned classical guitar when I was a kid, and I went busking in Manly and in Tamworth and places like that. And then, in my early 20s, I became a songwriter and toured solo. Robin Martin, who toured with her family band. She's from Ceduna, so they used to go touring around, playing festivals, playing pubs and things with her whole family. Kate is from the folk country scene, and she's a great trad musician, an amazing flat picker, fiddle player, mandolin, etc. I'm really happy to be in this band because they're brilliant.
You mentioned there how good of musicians and things like that. The three girls, the harmonies are incredible, so that's an instrument on their own. But on the recordings, how much of the instruments are played by the three Graces?
We laid the beds down live, so the three of us played, and we might have done a guide vocal, or like sometimes the guide vocal became the main vocal. Yeah, Robin's on double bass, I'm on a classical guitar, and Kate would do the flat picking guitar, and then she would add a fiddle on top or a mandolin on top later. And then we had a guest come in, Rod McCormack, and so it was really quite fun watching Kate and Rod play off each other. They just had the most fun, sort of like, it's like dueling musicians. The lines that came out of the both of them were brilliant. And I'm rather fond of laying live beds down and then putting things on top, because I think there's a liveliness that gets contained rather than doing one instrument at a time. So when we play live, you pretty much get the same sound as what's on the record. And then there's the lovely extra parts that Rod McCormack would have put on there as well. I'm just going to have to learn some of those parts.
No challenge or anything.
Can do it. It's just that you got to learn them.
Yeah. Now, you also mentioned earlier with the recording of the song, you've got 3 songwriters, you all came together and you put down a certain amount of songs each. Was there any co-writing with any of the songs, or is that something you're looking at maybe doing in the future?
Yeah, we'll definitely do it in the future. I've made lots of records and I'm quite prolific. This is Robin's first album, and Kate, maybe a little bit. Kate has put some records out, but they had this backlog of beautiful songs. And so, we sort of arrived with songs ready. But now that we play together and we get to hang out more, these ideas are popping up that we can definitely collaborate on. And when we went to record, we actually met up with Garth Porter, who produced the record, beforehand, and we went through all of the songs. We wanted to pick a set of songs that would match each other, and we had to work a little bit on them to just tweak bits and pieces so that when we walked in, we could just lay them down on the day. But he had some really wonderful advice, and we all went off and played with the songs a little bit before recording and played with the stories and made sure that they all fit together.
It doesn't hurt having someone like that on your team, does it? Someone like Garth Porter.
I recorded my first album with him, and so when we were looking to who to record with, I suggested Garth because I love how he encourages you to top and tail the song. Like he just encourages the shape of a song. He look at it from the outside and say, what do you reckon if you just added this bit or got that bit out? And so while we wrote the songs, it was really great having someone just point out how to finish them nicely. Great to have him on the team.
Folks, be on the lookout for the New Graces. We've been speaking to Melanie Horsnell tonight. The new single that you can listen for is Seasons, and follow their journey on all the social media and around there. Great to catch up with you, Melanie. Good luck. We hope to do it again real soon.
You see the beauty that is home. If you call this place home, I call this place home.